Have you ever wondered what power amp distortion sounds like? Well, I captured it. Kind of sounds like a clean channel at the edge of breakup. You know, and the more you push it, the more it distorts. Duh. I guess this is why we love pushing the power sections of our amps. So to be more precise, I captured the power section of my 51, 53, 50 watts 6L6. Now, why did I do this? It all started with this while I was playing with the UAFX Anti. Now, this sounds sweet, but I found out that when I plug it into the power amp, it sounds sweeter to me. And that got me thinking, so how much does the power amp affect the sound? Now I know the tubes and the transformers make a difference. A huge part about what makes it fun and exciting to play a power amp is that real-time interaction between the power section and the speaker, or a reactive load with, you know, a variable resistance. Because that power section is not static, it's pushing and it's pulling, and that's when you get some unpredictability, chaos, some big oomph, a lot of sparkle in the presence, you know, that kind of stuff. So can I capture any of that magic and put it in this tiny box? Probably no, but let's see how it sounds. Alright, we have the UAFX Anti right now. The ToneX is bypassed, so this is how it sounds. Turning on the ToneX. Okay, so immediately it scoops the mids, it adds some more distortion on top, so it sounds a bit gainier. I'm gonna lower the gain, and it adds some more presence. So I'm gonna play with the treble and presence, but I'm definitely gonna add mids to the UAFX Anti. So let's check this out. That sounds angry. A bit less gain, maybe a bit less treble or presence, I'm not sure. Alright, so I'm gonna go on off a few times in quick succession. So it basically adds another V-shaped EQ curve on top, if you wish, with some more gain. It definitely sounds mean, like that's instant machine head sound. And I can even go in here and add more gain. course it can't add power amp sag, but it instantly sounds so mean and so big. Let me go back to normal settings again real fast. And off. So yeah, there is some sort of effect. It's very fun. It sounds very big to play, but you know, not to take away from the UAFX, I can just add that sparkle back, you know, scoop the mids, add some more presence, and I should get similar sound with the ToneX bypassed. Add some resonance. Let's turn the ToneX back on. Alright, time for a real test. So I've hooked up my guitar into my 5153 in the back over there, and I've got two outputs going. I've taken a cable from the preamp out, taken it to the ToneX with the power amp sim loaded in, and then I've got the actual power section hooked up into a different channel. So I have the two channels up here on the screen. Here's a wiggle, you can see them right. When I solo the top channel, that's the real amp. And when I go and solo the bottom channel, that's the ToneX. Let's try them out. So even in this test, I can see that the ToneX is scooping some of the mids. I guess the capture thought that the power amp likes to scoop mids. Of course, you can remedy this with the super big EQ of the ToneX, but for this test, everything is at noon. I just wanted to see what it's gonna capture and how it's going to sound. Okay, final test. I recorded a DI track of my guitar and ran it through all setups. So power section, ToneX with simulated power section, and then just a preamp without any simulation on top of that. So here's how they sound. The top track is the real amp. Second track is the ToneX. Third track is the preamp only. Now here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna overlay the same part of the riff with the ToneX and the real amp, and the polarities are inversed. When I play them together, they should erase each other, meaning that they are basically the same sound reversed. You know what? For the most part they do. You can definitely hear there are a lot of differences in the higher frequencies, like the ToneX adds a lot of sparkle up there, the real amp adds a lot of bottom end. So let's compare them side by side, one after the other, I mean. So even in this test, you can see that the profile from the ToneX has a lot of a mid scoop and a bump in the highs. You know, I could definitely fix that up with an EQ, but I left everything at noon. I just wanted to see how the ToneX will capture the power amp. Before you go, I can also use that preamp only signal and add the software version of ToneX on top of it and see if the software sounds different to the pedal. There's actually a pretty big difference between how the ToneX software and the ToneX pedal sound when the polarities are inversed, which is very weird. I'm gonna have to investigate that further. Like in neither mode do they sound like they're overlapping. Anyway, I'm just going to put them one after the other. So I'm going to rename this track Software ToneX. All right, so top track is the real amp with the real power section. Second track is the ToneX 1 pedal with the power amp profile, capture. And then the third track is the preamp recording with the software ToneX with the same profile loaded in. Let's check them out. Enjoy. You can definitely tell that I baked those impulses for my actual amp. They need a bit of tweaking to work with the profile capture. Okay, so would I use the ToneX 1 or any ToneX to, you know, simulate power amp sound at the end of the chain? No, that would be a waste of a good pedal. There's a lot of more fun things you can do with this. It was definitely a very fun experiment, which, you know, I'm not sure if it opened my eyes to stuff or it was just fun to do. I am definitely more curious now to dive into the differences in sound with the ToneX 1 and the ToneX software when using the very same profiles, because this one shocked me. So I'm gonna dive deeper on that, I think. Anyway, I will make the power amp capture available on the ToneX cloud. I should put a screenshot of what I've named it somewhere around here. If you want to experiment, you know, download it, start with everything at 5, and then maybe add some gain, see what happens when you add some volume. Why not? Right, that was fun. Thanks for watching. Bye.